Kingdom Hearts 4 has actually been revealed. Oh my god. Sure, we're probably going to be waiting 7 years for it. Whatever. It's happening! So, I'm going to do a little analysis of the trailer. There's not a huge amount to glean, but there is some stuff, so let's go through it. It is currently being made in Unreal 4, but is being boosted to Unreal 5, and it just looks amazing. It doesn't seem to be pre-rendered. This is all in engine. Like, when it goes from, you know, the first cutscene to Sora running to being in combat, it just looks seamless. So that's amazing. Sora has been asleep for 7 days, as told by Strelitzia. Strelitzia is here to help. And if this is directly after Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora is going to be waiting for a while, as everyone has been looking for Sora for a year. Strelitzia says that Quadratum is like the afterworld, so the afterlife. Essentially, Sora is dead, this is where he shows up. And who we think is the Master of Masters says you don't return to the world you came from if you were to return at all. So maybe the Master of Masters has tried to get back and failed? This is a very big stretch. Could it potentially lead to Coco? You know, the movie Coco. If you were to try and get back, you don't return to your original world, you return to the world of the dead, but in a more literal sense. Maybe not. It is very much a stretch. I think Quadratum is going to be its own thing, but just an idea. But the Master of Masters is not alone. Next to it is another person. Is it Lushu? How did Lushu get there if it is? I'm gonna guess it's probably someone we don't know. Why would Lushu actually be there at this point in time, since they have rounded up the rest of the foretellers? I was talking to my friend Peter, and we were talking about the idea if it was Lushu or not. And he said, oh, unless the box is a way to travel between places. And my direct reaction was, no, that would be such a cop-out. So, I mean, maybe? I don't know. Looking at Quadratum, on the wall there is something that says D-Eater. Wow, you're getting pretty lewd, Kingdom Hearts 4. And D-Dream. Yeah, no, it's obviously a reference to Dream Eater. Yeah, but no, it's pretty cool. There are keyhole street posts. I love this so much. It's probably my favourite detail. It's so beautiful. On the same screenshot as the D-Eater, the lewdness, you can see that it says a bunch of stuff, so Turtle Antiques, and there's one that says Sports. Now, the characters next to it is not Japanese, it is its own language. I think it was from Scarlet Kylum. So it can actually be read. There is a translatable thing, however, it's not fully translated. The first letter is K, the second letter is D, the final letter is N, and the others we don't know. I mean, I could try and work it out, but I don't think it means anything specifically, since the first letter is K and the second letter is D. If it did mean anything, maybe it's an anagram, maybe it's the first letter of certain names, who knows. In an earlier shot of Quadratum, you can see the loser banner. I don't think it's actually trying to tell you that you're a loser, but I just love that thing, because during the Yazura fight, you can see loser just radiating at you, and I always found it very amusing, so I just call it the loser banner. But on the pillar, you can see that it's got more of this text that can be translated. The first word, the first letter is A, and then we don't know what the rest is, but it ends in the number 7, and the second word, don't know what the letters are, but it ends in the number 10, and then the number 3, otherwise known as 13. 713, you clever little... I don't know what it means, I don't know what they translate into. There's not enough letters for, like, light or darkness, light or whatever. It seems to be something different, maybe a different wording of it, but yeah, it's very amusing. So we don't know when this is releasing, we don't know what console specifically. I'm going to assume this is a next-gen exclusive. It's not going to be on the PS4, this is PS5 through and through, and good. Like, Unreal 5 and PS5, match made in heaven, it's going to be awesome. Now, if we actually look at the gameplay, there's a lot to take in here, even though it is limited. The flow motion is so much smoother. Wall running and sliding will be, it seems, a lot more prominent within battles, and it has a lot more fluid mobility. Like, there's a little bit where Sora's sliding down the inside of a building and he does that little jump. I think that's scripted, I don't think that's anything the player is doing, but it just looks so good and so stylish. Sora can grapple things now. Someone in my Discord said that Ericus could do the same, and it is very similar to the chains found in the Lands of Departure. So it's very likely that Xehanort did pass on the Mark of Mastery to Sora, and he's thus gained a new power. Maybe that's not the exact reason, maybe it's more just a, hey, here's some more gameplay, it's cooler. But hey, that's a lore reason, it would make sense. Darkseid, well, we assume it's a version of Darkseid, looks amazing. It looks like a combination of Darkseid and Dark Inferno from Kingdom Hearts 3, and just, oh, so good. It looks like reaction commands might be back. It looks more like a shot lock of sorts that's activated under certain conditions, but just, oh, so good. And the HUD is similar to early Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers. The EX bar is probably a placeholder, as it usually says focus. And Sora has a lot of health. Again, this is probably early on in game, so it's almost certainly a placeholder. At the end, we see Donald and Goofy are seemingly looking for a way to bring back Sora, and they run into Hades. Now, we don't know the exact reason for this. My guess is that Donald and Goofy think that Sora is dead and is in the, well, I mean, technically he is, but he's actually in the underworld, and that is why that they've gone to Hades to maybe bargain or something. Obviously, they're not gonna get that, but yeah, it's certainly interesting. Hades could actually be the key to bringing Sora back in a weird way, or maybe it's Luxord. Or is it Luxord? Whatever. At the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, he gives Sora a card. If he knew that he would return back in Quadratum, because, you know, Heartless and Nobody Dead original returns, if he knew he'd be back in Quadratum, maybe he gave Sora a way to find him. A key to get out of there. So, yeah, it's interesting, because, yeah, he's from Quadratum. If Quadratum, you can't go back to the normal world, then how did he get between both? This is the way maybe Sora can get back. And, yeah, that's all I got, I think, for now. There's not a huge amount we can glean from this, but I did the best I could, and yeah, I think it's just so cool we're getting Kingdom Hearts 4. Tell me, is there anything you spotted that I didn't? What are you most excited about with Kingdom Hearts 4? I'd love to know, and if you enjoyed this, I'd very much appreciate it if you left a like, subscribed, and shared the video around. I also have a Twitch, a Twitter, and a Patreon if you'd like to support me in the channel. I've got plenty of videos on the channel, do plenty of streams. I think you will like the Teals, Tales, or the Best Of playlists. Check them out. But yes, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time for more Kingdom Hearts news. Take care. Bye-bye.